everyone. Today is going to be a tutorial on how to properly remove pet urine from carpeting. This is not an easy or cheap way to do it, but it's the most professional and permanent way to remove pet urine. So some of the tools you will need will be some sort of extractor with a hose. I'm using the Bissell Big Green for this. You need a subsurface extraction tool, and you need a bucket of water or a container of water to flush out the enzymes and urine from the carpet. Yesterday, I showed a video and a short of the step one of this, which is identifying the stains with a black light and using an enzyme and spraying it on the carpet and letting it sit for over 12 hours. It's been 16 hours, so plenty of time. Now it's the process of pulling the urine from the backing of the carpet up into the extractor. So let's get on with that and I'll show you how that works. So the process we are using to get the pee out of this carpet here is called subsurface extraction. You will need one of these tools right here. This is called a urine claw, a pet stain extractor for subsurface. There's lots of different names for these, but they all work the same. They create a lot of pressure under the carpet that pulls the urine out from under the surface. So let's turn the extractor on. And you place the tool like this. See, it's lifting the carpet. So to rinse out the solution, we're going to simply pour some water on the carpet like so. Let it soak in for just a second. And now, excuse the obnoxious noise, it always makes that. The carpet will need around 12 to 24 hours to completely dry all the way through after doing such a thing like that. But this is the best way to remove animal urine from carpet. I will show the dump water from the tank, dumping the tank later. So the next stain is right over here. So I'll film the second process. So all you do is take some water like so. You will obviously never ever do this right here unless you know you're going to be able to take it out, which I do because I have the extractor. If you don't have an extractor, do not do this. makes that horrible sound. Nice and clean. All right, so I'm gonna finish this and I'll show you the dump water at the end. All right, so now we're going to dump the water from the extraction. It's not too bad, but there's definitely yellow in it. Urine, I hate to say, and doesn't smell nice either. All right, I'll show you the next step. All right, the next step is spraying on a heavy-duty pet stain and odor remover. The one I will be using is Truck Mount Forums Unchained. We're simply going to go to all the P spots. And give them a thorough spray. Smells excellent. All right, there we go. Unchained will need its time to reach all the way to the base of the carpet fibers and start destroying the pet stains and odors. So stay tuned for that. All right, next step is applying the pre-spray. This is TMF Black Label. All right, this is going to cover the entire carpet. Nice thorough spraying of that. And now it's time to agitate with Auric Orbiter. So now we have the Auric Orbiter. What this is going to do is thoroughly agitate the carpet fibers and pull all of the stains and odors to the surface for the Bissell to remove them. Let's go. See how it's lifting that carpet. There's several agitation passes just to help. A little bit hard to control this thing sometimes. All right, the agitation passes are done. Now it's time to use Big Green. So now we have Big Green. We're gonna extract this area of the hallway first, simply because I wanna give the chemicals the longest time possible in the other areas. Let's begin. let's dump out the big green. See how much nastiness is waiting for us in the water. Oh, it's bad. Ugh. Look at all that dirt. That is nasty and horrible. All the pet hair too. Disgusting. Let's continue. So just got to press record. The water looked similar to the first one. Sorry about that. As you can see, the results are excellent. The carpet looks rejuvenated and completely restored. The fibers are soft and fluffy again. And most importantly, the pet stains are now gone. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.